What up, y'all? It is your boy Darius, and I'm back, y'all. So we have a video we're gonna react to, y'all. Shout out to MusicVibe though, man, because I love his videos, man. Now this one says why Eminem never feared Suge Knight. Yeah, because Suge Knight, man, he was like the boogeyman. Everybody was intimidated by him though. But the only one was never feared was like Eminem, Eazy-E, who else? Dr. Dre. I'm not sure. I don't know about anybody else though. But let's check it out. See what he said in this video. Let's get it, y'all.
A name that could send chills down the spine of anyone in the hip-hop world.
They was not scared of Suge Knight. They was terrified.
Suge didn't just intimidate, he dominated. Known for using fear, violence, and straight-up cruelty, Suge built his empire by any means necessary. Whether it was beating people senseless, forcing them to drink urine, or as legend had it, hanging them off balconies just to squeeze out a signature, his methods were as ruthless as they come.
That nigga Suge Knight was a cold gangster.
Yo, Rob.
Suge was the boogeyman of the music industry.
Yeah.
But one person didn't give a damn about who he was or what he did. Slim Shady.
Yes, sir.
Eminem wasn't intimidated by Suge or anyone else. When threats came, Eminem stood his ground.
He said, "Hey man, Suge sent him a message." I was like, "Oh shit."
Still, M wasn't rattled.
This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, okay, man. This is when I knew. I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real nigga. These things.
Because here's the thing about Eminem. He's from Detroit. He's been through it all.
He from Detroit. He from Detroit, man. He from 8 Mile, bro.
Suge Knight may have been the most feared man in hip-hop. But M, he was ready for anything.
So yeah, of course M was ready to go. He was ready to go.
And that fearless attitude was put to the test on one of the biggest nights in hip-hop.
Well, in 1999 at the Source Awards, Suge Knight sent his henchmen, man.
In '99, Eminem was making all the noise. His album, the Slim Shady LP, had just dropped, and his single, My Name Is, was on fire. He might have been a rookie in the game, but he was already turning heads, so much so, he was invited to present the Best Live Performer Award to DMX at the Source Awards.
Hello.
What up?
But what most people didn't know was what was going on right before the cameras rolled. As Eminem made his way to his seat, he found himself surrounded by Suge Knight's goons.
M was walking to his seat. I'm standing up to the side, and M was cut off on his way to his seat, and all these guys in red shirts surrounded him. And I'm looking at M's face, and I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, something ain't right. So I start making my way around to come up the aisle, and next thing I know, you see all these guys talking about Death Row, Death Row. I was like, Death Row, what does it got to do with him? He said, "Hey man, Suge sent him a message." I was like, oh, shit.
Despite the tension, Eminem didn't lose his cool. He excused himself, went up to present the award to DMX, and then returned to his seat as if nothing happened.
Where my dogs at?
DMX!
Why yo?
However, Suge's crew wasn't done with M yet. After the event, as M and his security headed out, Suge's guys were still waiting for them outside.
After that, we got out of there. We called the limo. This is where it gets f***ed up. We called the limo. Death Row is still sitting out there waiting for us. The limo's pulling off as we're coming out. Death Row's behind us. It was like, this motherfucker's trying to kill us, man. What they trying to do? What do they want? I don't understand. What do they want?
M's ready to swing on someone if he has to.
Yeah, man. You know, like I said, he ain't no punk.
But why was Suge Knight, the CEO of one of the most legendary record labels, coming after Eminem?
Yeah.
To understand that, you have to have a closer look at wild things that were happening at Death Row record label at that time. In the mid-1990s, Death Row was the biggest record label around. They dropped legendary albums like Dr. Dre's The Chronic, Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style, and Tupac's All Eyes on Me.
Yeah.
Their success made them untouchable. But behind the scenes, the name Death Row started to mean something darker. The label became known for fear, intimidation, and control. And at the center of it all was Suge Knight. Suge's tactics weren't just aggressive, they were criminal. Once, he forced 2 rappers from the label to strip naked at gunpoint, and pistol whipped them for using the office phones without his permission.
Wow.
If anyone in the label stepped out of line, Suge would drag them into the storeroom and beat them senseless.
Damn.
Staff members would hear screams and crying through the walls, but they knew better than to get involved. They just kept their heads down, pretending nothing was going on. Soon, other artists on the label started following in Suge's footsteps. Violence and chaos became part of the death row culture. Dr. Dre wanted no part of it. All he cared about was making music, not getting caught up in the drama.
Yeah.
When things got too toxic, Dr. Dre made a bold decision.
He left.
Absolutely, and I'm always going to believe and bet on myself.
He walked away from the label, leaving behind his royalties and earnings. For him, the music was worth more than the chaos.
Well, I don't lead by money. I've never let money lead my life.
Dre went on to launch his own record label, Aftermath Records, but Suge wasn't happy. Feeling betrayed, Suge wanted to make sure Dre regretted leaving Death Row. He tried everything he could to sabotage Dre's career. At first, Suge didn't need to do much, because Aftermath got off to a rocky start. Compared to Death Row's massive hits, Dre's early projects fell flat, and fans began to wonder if he'd lost his magic. And then, one cassette tape changed everything. While digging through demos with Jimmy Iovine, Dre heard something that made him go,
What the fuck and who the fuck that?
The voice belonged to Eminem, a young rapper from Detroit struggling to make ends meet. Raised by a single mother, Eminem had faced poverty, bullying, and hardship. But those struggles fueled his fire. In Detroit's underground rap scene, Eminem worked relentlessly to prove himself. Being a white rapper in a genre dominated by black artists made his journey even harder. But his raw energy and unique lyrics made him stand out. In 1998, Dre took a gamble and signed Eminem to Aftermath. Together, they created the Slim Shady LP,
Class
the album that changed everything. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, selling 283,000 copies in its first week. The album earned Eminem a Grammy for Best Rap Album and put Dre back at the top of the music industry. The duo became one of hip-hop's most iconic partnerships. But, as with any success, not everyone was cheering them on. Suge Knight, watching from the sidelines, felt threatened. By this point, Death Row Records had changed drastically.
Anxiety, depression, constant stress. For many, it feels like an endless cycle of trying things that don't work. But there's a new way.
Dr. Dre left first, Pac died. You know, all of those things kept us at number 1. The music changed. The direction changed.
Tupac was gone. Suge himself was behind bars, and Snoop Dogg had become another thorn in his side. Just like Dr. Dre, Snoop wasn't interested in the East Coast versus West Coast feud. He stayed friends with people Suge considered enemies. And that didn't sit well with him. Tensions escalated quickly. Suge, furious over Snoop's defiance, even went as far as threatening to kill him.
I seen my cousin Snoop, man. He was like, God, he was sad, man. You know, you could hear in his voice that, you know, I don't want to be here.
Fearing for his life, Snoop decided he couldn't stay. He left Death Row, severing ties with the label. With Snoop gone, it was officially the end of an era. Suge had lost all his superstars, and the empire he built was falling apart. Meanwhile, Dr. Dre and Eminem were thriving. Their albums were topping charts, winning awards, and quickly becoming cultural icons.
The Grammy goes to Mr. Controversy, Eminem.
Seeing Eminem rise alongside Dre only fueled Suge's anger. He saw their collaboration as a personal attack and made Eminem his enemy.
Wow.
Em had inherited Dr. Dre's beef by signing with Dre.
Suge then began to do everything he could to discredit both Dre and Eminem. In a 2002 interview with Howard Stern, Suge took jabs at Eminem's authenticity, questioning whether he was truly from the streets or just a white rapper playing a role.
What do you think of Eminem? What do you think of white rap?
If you really from the ghetto and you really doing those things you rapping about and you talking about, I can respect that.
Right.
If somebody else writing your rhymes, if you telling somebody else's story, that really don't mean nothing.
But Suge didn't just stop at words. He tried to intimidate Eminem physically. In 1999, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg planned a Death Row reunion party in Hawaii, and Eminem tagged along. It was supposed to be a laid-back trip with family, kids, and wives. But the moment they landed, things took a turn.
Oh, man.
You know, we were all going out. We were supposed to be on vacation and having a good time with our family and kids and wives, and, just parlaying, man. As the plane land, they open the door up, and you got Honolulu police standing right there talking about, hey, y'all got to come with us. And it was about 20 officers, man. Say, hey, you guys got to come with us. Death Row Records is here, and they wreaking havoc.
But that wasn't all. Suge wasn't done. In 2001, at 50 Cent's In the Club video shoot, he pulled up again, this time with a lot more men.
Suge is coming! So I'm like,
Suge's outside. Suge's outside. Everybody like, Suge. He was running, dropping.
So Suge came, he had some Mexican niggas. Now, we from New York. You ain't never seen a nigga with a tattoo on his forehead. 118th Street crew. I'm like, what the fuck?
But Eminem didn't flinch. Instead, he walked right outside to face Suge and his crew.
This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real nigga. These niggas, 50 niggas outside, what's up? And then the nigga Suge just walked away. The Mexican niggas looked kind of confused, like they didn't know what's going on.
Wow.
Eminem mostly stayed quiet about Suge Knight. And in 2004, his song Like Toy Soldiers explained why. In the track, Eminem revealed that Dre had specifically told him to stay out of the feud with Suge.
Yeah.
So Eminem had to stay quiet.
Yep.
So I did. I just fell back, watched and gritted my teeth.
On a podcast titled Collect Call with Suge Knight, featuring Cat Williams, Suge took another shot at him. This time, he criticized Eminem's posthumous collaboration with Tupac. Suge said,
A lot of people been want to do like songs with Pac, and a lot of people, some people did with Pac, and they never. There was only one Tupac project that ever flopped before, and that's the one Eminem did on unreleases. All the rest of them were successful.
Now, calling an album that debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and went...
Yeah, so Loyal to Game. I think I gotta do it. I gotta react to that album though. I might do that for my album anniversary though. So yeah, so I don't know why you should think that album was a flop if it went #1. Because I think Eminem wrote a letter to Tupac's mom and she gave him his blessings to produce the album though. So yeah, so I don't know what Suge's real issue with him. Like, what did Eminem do to you though?
Went platinum, a flop feels like a stretch.
Yeah.
Fans were quick to call this out as another attempt by Suge to reignite his old beef with Eminem. But his comment also left others wondering, was there a bit of truth to what he said? In 2003, Eminem reached out to Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur. He asked for her blessing to produce a posthumous album to honor the late rapper's legacy. She agreed, and in 2004, Eminem released Loyal to the Game. Fine. Although the album was commercially successful, its reviews were mixed. Fans of Tupac felt the album lacked his signature raw West Coast energy. Instead, they criticized it for sounding overly polished, with modern beats that didn't match Tupac's original style. To some, it felt more like an Eminem project than a true Tupac album. Eminem didn't respond, at least not directly. A few days into 2025, in what looked like an Eminem clapback, an unreleased Eminem diss track from the mid-2000s, and it sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world. The track, called Smack You, was so ruthless that some fans believe releasing it back then would have put a lot more targets on Eminem's back.
Yeah.
Others are already calling it one of the hardest diss tracks ever made. The song took direct shots at Ja Rule and Suge Knight. Eminem mocked Ja Rule's height and criticized his parenting. Then, he turned his attention to Suge Knight, accusing him of killing Tupac and Biggie.
Only Suge responsible for the deaths of the two greatest rappers to ever grace
Yeah, that song was hard though, man. That was, man.
the face of this planet.
The fact that Eminem would have dropped this song and faced off with the most feared man in hip-hop at the time just proves just how ready Eminem is to stand his ground anytime, any day. The next video I recommend you watch...
Yeah, man, that song was hard though when that song came out though. So yeah, because that was late though. So Eminem believed that Suge was responsible for the murder of Tupac and Biggie, which I'm gonna do a video of Tupac versus Biggie, what happened video. I originally was gonna do a who won this battle episode, but since Pac and Biggie are no longer here, I decided to do a what happened video instead though. So that'll be coming out this summer though, because there's a lot of stories. Because this one's gonna be a long video, so I'm gonna do a lot of research about that situation though. So yeah, so Eminem was never scared of Suge. So I wonder why he didn't release it back then though. So I don't know, maybe Dr. told him don't release it. It was something bad was gonna happen to him. So yeah, man. So shout out to him for that though, man. So that's the video, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about this situation. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.